Does network marketing take advantage of friendships? That's what we're going to cover on today's show. For years, I have heard this complaint from non-network marketers and skeptics that network marketers take advantage of friendships with their business. And I have to be honest, I never really got that until recently when I felt the sting of that exact thing. Hey, Wealth Warrior, welcome. I'm Jackie Ulmer, a top-earning, award-winning mentor, helping network marketers, coaches, and solopreneurs make money without annoying their family, friends, or strangers and build that thriving social selling business. And specifically, not take advantage of any friendships and not lose any friendships. I like to say I built a successful business without losing my family, without losing my friends, and without losing my mind, and you can too. I have a content creation and success language challenge starting on the 1st, so join us. You can get the details at killercontentformula.com. So let me just share what I've experienced in the last few months. You know, I love the internet. As you know, I took my business online in 1999, and that changed the whole trajectory of my business, of my life, of my family's life, and I really never looked back. But it's interesting. Digital marketing has brought out the worst in people. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that network marketing has had a bad reputation for years. In fact, if you've listened to me before, I talk about my negative MLM blueprint and how it went all the way back to the 70s when my uncle contacted my mom and their sister, my aunt, about network marketing. And when he left, my family trash talked him. And what I learned from that and what I made up in my little 13, 14-year-old mind is that network marketing is bad. And if you do that, people are going to talk about you. Then, of course, when I came down to really evaluating network marketing as a business option, I had just turned 30, I think, and really began looking at it. I had a hard time overcoming that skepticism, that initial skepticism that I had and that I felt, and that I was concerned that people would project onto me should I launch my network marketing business. But I made it a real goal not to take advantage of any friendships, not to, and actually I wasn't even thinking about it in those terms at the time. I wasn't thinking about taking advantage of friendships, but I really wanted to develop a style of building my business, a type of languaging where it just was very professional and was normal and natural. But digital marketing changed a lot of that because when people took their business online, and I'm going to say I never ever did this, but when some people took to the internet to build their business, they lost sight of the fact that it's a real, live, breathing human being at the end of every interaction online. So when you post something out on social media, it's going to be received in the same way by the person reading it as they would if you ran into them on the street or at the barbecue or at Cheers or, a football game or something like that. It's going to be received in the same way. So if you've listened to me at all, you've heard me say if you wouldn't do it offline, don't do it online. But a lot of people have lost track of that. So digital marketing really has brought out the worst in a lot of people. And I'll start with just the snarky direct messages. Let's just start with direct messaging. And I've got an upcoming podcast coming out on what to do instead or how to effectively use direct messaging. In the show notes, I will reference my recent episode that I did asking, is direct messaging killing the network marketing profession? And I would say that it's not killing it, but it's definitely leading to more and more skepticism. And it's digging us all as network marketers deeper into the rut of why some people are angry about network marketing, why they call it a scam, why they feel like it's taking advantage of friendships. So a couple of things that have happened for me just in recent months. This is just a handful. One particular one was a direct message I got. Someone I haven't, and it's kind of funny, I took a screenshot of it and I'm actually using it in my Killer Content Formula Facebook challenge now. But I got this message from someone who I hadn't talked to in, I think, 4 years. 3 or 4 years. I have the date on it of when our last interaction was. And it goes into a full 1 paragraph probably 20 sentences in the paragraph, a basic run-on sentence, a run-on paragraph, inviting me to support a new business, attend an online party, host an online party, etc. And no warm up, no, hey, how are you doing? I have a question for you. I'd love to share something new that I'm doing and see if it might be a fit for you, see if you might be interested in this. No, instead it was, goes against my whole rule of marketing, which is never give a link without permission. You've got to build rapport with people first. And I'm not talking about, going back and forth for 20 different times. You can get to the point rather quickly, but the last thing you want to do online is something that you wouldn't do offline. So I'm going to share what I mean by that. I call this my mailbox analogy. And my mailbox analogy is this, and I've used this before. I live in a community of about 90, I think there's 94 homes or something like that. And by far, I don't know close to everybody in my community. So let's say I'm walking toward my mailbox and I may see someone walking toward the mailbox. Maybe I saw them at a community event. We said hello. I might know their name, I might not, but I don't know them well. We've never really conversed. Imagine them seeing me at the mailbox, hurrying over to me, and just opening up and going on and on without even taking a breath about their new business. Would I host a party for them? Would I attend this party? And et cetera, et cetera. And imagine how that would be received. Now, the reality of it is, I hope, none of us would do this in the offline world. We simply would not do that. We would not walk up to our neighbor, and especially, and even if we did know them well, either way, even if we knew them well or didn't know them well, we wouldn't walk up to them and just start going on and on about our business, how I might support them, how they might support us, whatever it is. We wouldn't do that in the offline world. We would say, hey, how's it going? Gosh, fun weather we're having, huh? I'm saying that because it's raining today in Scottsdale as I'm recording this, and it's June, so that's a good thing. We wouldn't do that. We would warm the conversation up, and then we might say something like, hey, what are you doing Thursday night? I'm hosting a party to introduce my new business, and it's going to be fun. Some of the neighbors are going to have snacks and, some beverages and sit around and chit chat a little bit. And then I'd love to share a little bit with you about these products and my business and kind of why I'm doing it. And it may or may not be of interest to you. No obligation to buy, but I'd love to have you there, get to know you better, be social. And if you can think of anybody who you might want to bring, who might be a good fit, that would be awesome too. That's typically how we would do it in the offline world, right? Because if we do it the other way in the offline world, the person would probably start backing away from us from the mailbox. They might even turn around and run, okay? So again, think about those snarky direct messages. Are you sending them? Are you using them? Have you experienced them? What do you think about them? Now, I also recently, a couple months back, got a direct message on Instagram from a top earner in her company, someone who I know, I've met in person. We've shared the stage before at a couple of events. I was the co-host of a couple of events, invited her and her husband to come and speak on stage, and they did. And same thing, I haven't chatted with her in years. We've commented a couple times on people's photos and stuff like that on each other's photos online, but we've not had a conversation. Same thing. I get this long message on Instagram, no warm up other than to say, hey, I really love what you're sharing out there. Very generic, instead of saying, hey, I saw your post at St. Patrick's Day where you were wearing a St. Patrick's Day hat. That was pretty clever. I mean, just something that would let me know that the person really paid attention to me and what I was doing. I mean, what's going on with me? It was a product line that I wouldn't be interested in, to be honest with you. But instead I got this long thing, do this, it's really exploding. You'd be great, all this, everything. And I basically wrote back and said, wow, interesting. Thanks, but no thanks. That's not really a particular product line that I would enjoy promoting. But good luck to you in your business. And what's new with you? How are your kids? What's going on? Nothing back. And I thought to myself, this is a leader in our profession who I know is training her team to do this exact same thing. Now, the interesting thing is, does it work? yes, it will absolutely work for you sometimes, but it's not the long game solution. It is not going to build a mostly successful business. And then the final straw, and then I'm going to get around to some things that you can do. The final straw came from a woman who I know. We've gone to a couple networking events together, but we've not really socialized a lot. And I haven't chatted with her in probably 3 years, honestly. But the same thing, I got a direct message telling me, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? I can get you all this for free. You don't have to build the business. You just need to sign up as a rep. It's not going to cost you anything. You'll get all these free products, and it's okay if you don't do anything. And again, I thought to myself, wow, that leaves a really bad taste in my mouth about what network marketing is. And I finally felt really taken advantage of, because I realized probably the only reason that I got this email was because she knew that I was in the network marketing, or not email, direct message, that I was in the network marketing profession, had some influence in the network marketing profession, and was hoping that I would see it, want to do it, and build the business. But again, it's like, yuck, that leaves a bad taste in people's mouth in general. And it definitely did mine. And I really, truly felt like my friendship had been taken advantage of. And then the final one was a voice text that I got telling me that a favor was needed. A favor was needed. This is all I needed to do. She would pay for this. I just needed to order this amount of product. I would love them. The products were great. Help me out and do a favor for me so that I can earn this trip or whatever it was. Again, with no warm up, no question to me, do I have an account with that program? Do I use the products? Knowing that I'm a coach in the profession, that's possible. And I have a lot of coaching clients actually from that company. So it was just, again, another case where I thought, wow, again, the whole do me a favor thing. I believe it's fine to ask for favors when you use good success language and you preface it in a positive way that creates a win-win for the person. But it did finally hit me. I felt taken advantage of by my, quote, friends. I felt like they viewed me like I had a $sign stamped on my forehead. And I have used that analogy a lot. And I have used that for years in digital marketing way back in the day, where I said I didn't like working with family and friends. I didn't like prospecting family and friends because I didn't like feeling like everybody around me, and I didn't like old school ways of doing it. I didn't like feeling like everybody around me had a $sign stamped on their forehead. And the reality of it was, when I first started my business and the way that I was trained, I came to feel that way when I made my list. Now, I'm not suggesting that you don't make a warm market list. What I am suggesting is that you spend some time developing some really good success language on how to approach people so they don't feel taken advantage of, so you don't squash a friendship, lose a friendship, get blocked on Instagram, get talked about by your family and friends, or any of that. And again, it led me to think, well, no wonder network marketing as a profession has and continues to maintain a bad reputation among a lot of people. How fast can you really grow a business when you tell someone, you can get all this for free, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to work the business? The reality of it is, when we use tactics like this, we're probably turning off the very people who would be the ones if we approached it correctly to go on and build a successful network marketing business. The ones who might see it as a career opportunity, as a way out of the cubicle and the prison that they're currently in, that soul-sucking cubicle, as I like to call it. But when we do things out online that cause our friends to take a step backward, or feel offended, or feel sorry for us, or feel turned off by what we're doing, we turn that person even further away from ever potentially being that great leader and great builder in our network marketing business. That doesn't mean that they won't go on to join someone else and build something highly successful, someone who does it in an authentic, elegant, classy way. Okay? So what is the solution? Well, it's pretty simple. Be real, just like offline. Again, remember my mailbox analogy, and remember that if you wouldn't do it offline, don't do it online because it gets the same response. Maybe it will work with some people. I'm not going to say that you won't get some people to sign up using this style of marketing. You will, but not with most people. And the question is, wouldn't you rather take a great approach with all people and create a higher level of success for yourself, a higher level of success for them, and certainly a higher level of respect for our profession? I would think yes. Now, recently, I'm in a private coaching group. I've mentioned before I hired a new coach myself, and I asked some questions and was looking for some feedback on the term social selling. And that's one of the things that came back from someone. So social selling is done by people who take advantage of their friends and their contacts. And again, when I first saw that, I thought to myself, oh, nuh-uh. But then over time, as I paid attention to what happened, I thought, you know what? Certainly not everybody is doing that, but certainly some people are. And my goal as a network marketing and social selling coach is to turn that around. I like to say, because it's true, I built a business where I was the hunted, not the hunter. I built a business where people came to me. Over 2,500 people who I sponsored who came to me. Many more than that came to me as leads, but certainly by far not everybody joined me. But if you're ready to develop a strategy where people come to you before you ask them, where you become the hunted and not the hunter, then join me in the Killer Content Formula. Go to killercontentformula.com. Take the 3-day challenge with me in my Facebook group. No spam, just solid content creation that will have you jumping out of bed, knowing exactly what to post, when, where, and who you're most likely to attract. This is what creates a lifestyle business made in heaven. Until next time, remember this: hesitation never cashed a check. Good luck to you in your business. If you would like even more tips and training, I have a free gift for you over at streetsmartwealth.me. It's my guide, Unleash the Power of Social Selling. If you're ready to stop struggling in your business and develop a sales and social media strategy to attract your ideal clients, team partners, and create the success you dream about, grab the guide right now over at streetsmartwealth.me. You'll find more on my blog at streetsmartwealth.com, as well as my Facebook group, streetsmartwealthschool.com, and follow me on Instagram at Jackie Ulmer. And make sure you learn more about the Street Smart Wealth Academy over at streetsmartwealthacademy.com. I'll see you on the next show.